Okay, hi everyone. So today I'll be filming my NCT collection, my entire NCT collection. So I've been wanting to film this video for a long time, but I finally got to a point where everything should be released. They shouldn't be releasing anything as far as albums soon, so, well, that's a lie. Because I'm filming this before WayV's comeback, which is in maybe about a week or so. A little bit over a week. I want to get this filmed, so just know that I do have their new album pre-ordered, and it's coming. So, with that said, I'm going to go through literally everything I have. So I'll go through albums, photocards, other merch, anything else. NCT is one of the largest collections that I have. I'm really happy with my collection overall. There's obviously still some things I want to get and stuff like that, but with that said, I will get started. I'll be going by unit, and everything will be by release date for like albums and things. So yeah, let's get started. So first is NCT 127's first mini album, NCT 127. None of my CDs are in here because they are in my separate CD case, but anyways, I love this album. Fire Truck is probably one of my least favorite like NCT title tracks, but I still like this album a whole lot. Like, yeah, the album itself is really, really good. I really love Paradise, but yeah, the whole album overall is really good. I love this picture of Taeyong. Taeyong this era was great. Some good stuff. Next we have their second mini album, Limitless, which I won't be going through this one just because the packaging on this sucks. But there's 3 versions of this, but I only have one just because I didn't feel the need to get more than one. But this is actually probably my favorite NCT album overall. This album has my favorite, NCT song on it. My favorite song from NCT is Baby Don't Like It. Back to You is a close second, but overall this album is just so good. Heartbreaker is so great. Limitless is such a great song overall. That being said, the concept for this album, it kind of hits, kind of doesn't. Obviously they have some very poor styling choices when it comes to, like Winwin's hair. Jaehyun's hair wasn't great. Neither was Taeyong's, but I guess clothes-wise there was some good styling. Hair-wise, not so much. But I have a lot of love for this album. Like, I think this album will always be one of my favorites. So next we have their third mini album, Cherry Bomb. This is probably my favorite of their albums, like concept-wise. I think Cherry Bomb concept will always be superior. There was just some great styling, like the artistic choices in this were just my everything. And, pink being one of my favorite colors, it being like a main color is everything. Like, I really love like the artwork and stuff. Ooh, that is a great picture. And this is an iconic era for Yuta. And also Pink Taeyong, we had this era, so yeah, that's some good stuff. But yeah, Cherry Bomb is, the track list is right here. Cherry Bomb is one of, my favorite title tracks from 127. But overall, this album was never one that I was super in love with. I think the songs are good, of course, but it was never one that I, had on repeat or something like that. I mean, Cherry Bomb, it hits. I love Cherry Bomb. I remember that era specifically because I'd always watch performances of the song just because the choreo is just, it's so interesting. So next actually we have a Japanese release. So this is their Chain mini album. This is their Japanese debut. So I'll be real with you, I don't like Chain, like in the slightest. One of my least favorite of their songs. Don't come for me for that. It's just how I feel about it, but the rest of this album really is so good. The Japanese version of Limitless is awesome. But Comeback, it's like my favorite song on this album by far. Comeback has, 3 different versions? Korean, Japanese, and Chinese. The Japanese version is by far my favorite. Like, I don't know what it is, but like the Korean version just doesn't hit as much as the Japanese version. Yeah, the rest of the songs are really good too. I honestly haven't listened to them in a while, so I'll have to go back and listen to this. When it comes to NCT's Japanese releases, I go about it a little differently because so far I've just bought like 1 or 2 member covers. They haven't had many Japanese releases though, so it doesn't really matter, but when it does come to member covers and stuff, I do usually buy Yuta and Taeyong. If not both, then I'll just get Taeyong, but for the most part, so far I've bought both Yuta and Taeyong. It kind of depends on the release, but yeah. Okay, so next is Regular Irregular. This is their first full-length album. I love this era. Regular era was something else. So when they first, started to promote in America a little bit, I just remember having so much fun this era because, the English version of Regular is fun, and, it was really fun watching them go on you know, the shows that they were on here in the US and stuff like that. But also this album overall is just really, really good. It has some of my favorite songs on there. So like Knock On is one of my favorite songs. No Longer is really good too. Those two are like my favorite. But then also Replay is really, really good. Love that song. I mean, they're all really, really good. It's hard to choose favorites. This album is one of my favorites. So yeah, moving on. So then after Regular Irregular is of course Regulate. So like I said, I collect, you know, 2 members when it comes to member covers. So I have Taeyong and Yuta. For this, I really like Simon Says, but I don't listen to it often. It's weird because I know I like the song, but I don't really go and seek it out very often to listen to. I never really have for some reason. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I do like that song. I mean, otherwise, this kind of repackage as a whole was a little bit disappointing. I don't really know what it was. It just wasn't out of this world for me. I don't really like I already said, I don't like Chain, so like the Korean version wasn't any better, but yeah, I mean, I do like Simon Says, but overall this era was a little bit underwhelming. So then next we have their first Japanese full-length album, Awaken, and I only have Taeyong's version for this just because this album in general is a little bit more expensive, so I just wanted to get the 1 rather than 2. Tracklist is on the back of this one, so you can talk about that. Again, Wakey Wakey, not my favorite thing. I've noticed I haven't really liked their Japanese title tracks so far very much, but I think the rest of their like Japanese B-sides, original Japanese songs, are so good. So like End to Start is definitely one of like their best songs. I kind of forgot about that song, but like thinking about it again, it's so good. And Long Slow Distance is so good too. Like they added 2 Korean versions on this album, which is a little bit unnecessary, but you know, the Japanese version of Limitless, which was actually already on the Chain album, but Touch Japanese version is really good too. I can see why they would release the English version of Regular on here just because that tends to happen sometimes in Japan. But yeah, overall I like a lot of what they're doing in Japan, just not so much their title tracks. I like their B-sides better, but yeah, I still really like this album. So next we have the Superhuman album, which this is one of the first albums I ever bought that was like released in the US. This album wasn't in Target or anything, at least it's not as far as I remember. You could order it on Amazon, so I did get it really quickly. But yeah, I love this era a lot. And I really love Superhuman, by the way. I don't know if there's any real like discourse about people liking Superhuman, but I mean, I love it. It's not necessarily a sound I would have expected NCT to have, but it is a sound that I'm glad they, I guess, went with for 1 title track. But yeah, Highway to Heaven is actually one of my favorite NCT songs. I love that song so much. But overall, this album is really good. I actually went to go see them last year, and it was just before the release of this album, so I remember the hype for this album was like super real, and I have a lot of good memories with this album and the songs on it, so I have a special place in my heart for this one. So, and I do also have the picture disc edition of the album as well, so I have Taeyong's version. And this was actually something super cool that SM did. I'm still super hype about the fact that they did it because I do collect vinyl outside of, you know, K-pop, and the fact that the 2 things I collect kind of came together was really fun for me. So, okay, and then I have Neozone, which is a more recent release. So this album I have really fond memories with as well. I mean, this wasn't even that long ago, but this era was really fun just because, you know, being able to go buy the album on release date at Target and all that stuff was really fun for me. The thing that I like most about NCT is that I always have so much fun around comeback times. So yeah, this album, it's so good. Honestly, is there a track list? So, you know, Kick It is really fun. I love that song. Mad Dog and Sit Down are really fun. Those are normally songs I wouldn't be too into, but I found myself really liking them. So that's a lot of fun. And Love Me Now is really good too. I really like Elevator, Dreams Come True. This album overall is just really, really good. And I'm so happy that they came back with such a fun album after it had seemed like a really long time since 127 had a comeback. So then I also have the T version of this album as well. I really like this version of the album because I'm not gonna go through the photo book and take it out of the plastic, but you get a really good look at a lot of the pictures from the other like concepts they did for the other songs and whatnot. So that was a lot of fun because those music videos were really cute. They did a lot of cute stuff. So, and I also have the Keynote, which actually I bought it just for the Photocard. I probably will end up selling it like sooner or later at some point. I just don't necessarily like to have Keynotes, and I don't generally collect them. I kind of, yeah, I'll just kind of buy them for Photocard. And then lastly for 127, I have their most recent comeback with Neozone, the final round. the repackage of Neozone, of course, and I actually love these albums a lot. First of all, Punch is really good, but the concepts for this album I think are what make it most fun, just because I think they found something just really great to go with this time around, and I love everything about each of the concepts. Like, I don't think one is better than the other. Well, that's kind of a lie, but I think they're both, like, really great for what they are. So, yeah, I think this one is my favorite concept, just because this is, you know, emo concept, hardcore looking type stuff, and that is exactly me. So, yeah. I love Jaehyun's neck tattoo. Throat tattoo? Yeah, throat tattoo. Where is it? Here it is. I love this picture so much. But, yeah. This is a lot of fun. Punch is a really fun song, too. This has also been just a really fun era so far. So, yeah. So next I will go through my Dream stuff. So I actually started collecting Dream quite a while after I started collecting NCT in general, I guess. Not because I don't like them or didn't like them, but more so because I was trying to prioritize more of my faves. I don't know. But eventually I decided, especially once I made NCT alts, I was like, well, I have to collect them. Yeah, I started off with their first album, of course, which is The First. And I actually listened to this song recently, and it's so much fun. But also, I really like that they put Chewing Gum on this, because I love Chewing Gum too. That song is so fun. But yeah, I love this album. And then we have We Young, which is another really cute album. I love the concept for this. It's just super cute. Super soft and cute. And I love this song too. Dream has such like feel-good music, and it makes me very happy. So yeah, I love this album. I think this is the first album of theirs I bought new. So, and then we have We Go Up, which is their second mini album. But this album is really, really good. Yeah, Drippin' is a really good song. Overall, this album, you know, is really good, but yeah, I love the title track for this song too. Did I say song? I meant album, but anyways, this one I did buy secondhand, I think. At the point where I had started collecting them, I was just trying to, you know, get the albums. So yeah, I was like, get the album first, worry about Photocards last. So, oh, Jano is so cute. 123 is a good song too. Overall, the album's really good. So then we have their album We Boom. So I love this album. I love Boom a lot. Let's see. This concept is really fun too. They kind of really suddenly went a little bit darker with their concepts, which I don't hate because they do anything really well. But yeah, love this concept. The checkered kind of thing is fun. But let's see. This album I really like. The whole thing is really good. So yeah, love this. Chen is so cute. Yeah. So yeah, this era was really fun. So then next we have their Japanese album. So I just bought Jano's version for this, and CD's not in there, but look at the track list. These songs are all in Korean, but I bought this because it has Candlelight on it, and that song isn't on a physical, so I figured it wouldn't hurt to buy this. If that song wasn't on there, I can't say I would have bought this otherwise. Just because, you know, everything's already in Korean. I have all of those songs on physicals already. So it's kind of weird. This release was kind of weird, but you know, it is what it is. So then last for Dream, actually, we have their Reload album, which I love this album a lot. Something about this album is just so good. Every single song is so good. Raiden isn't my favorite title track of theirs, but every single like B-side is just so good. Quiet Down is my favorite, but you know, like Love Again, 7 Days, so fun. And then Puzzle Piece makes my heart happy. So yeah, overall, really love this album, love the concept, love everything about it. I'm really happy with this release. So then next we have WayV. So I do have their first mini album. I think WayV, it was a very anticipated unit for me. I'd always wanted 10 to be in a fixed kind of unit, so like a permanent unit. I don't know the exact term to use, but I just wanted him to be more active in a unit, and this gave him the opportunity to do that, so that's really fun. I really love Takeoff. So yeah, like I really love Takeoff. The Chinese version of Regular hits. Actually, I really like the Chinese version of Comeback too. So like out of the 3 versions of Comeback, I would say my ranking of favorites would be Japanese as 1, Chinese as 2nd, and then Korean as 3rd. I just usually tend to skip the Korean version but not so much the Japanese or Chinese versions. Yeah, but all of these songs are so good. I love this album a lot. It's still kind of annoying to me that this was only released in China, and this album was so hard to get. I think it was kind of worth what it took to actually get the album. But so then next we have their second mini album, Take Over the Moon, which I'm still super stoked on this album. I really like this album a lot, and I think it's so good. And I love this photo book. It's like really just like artsy and cool. There's a lot of cool stuff in here, so yeah. Love this. Love these pictures a lot. Yeah, and like the gold on the edges, that's so cool. And I think overall my favorite song on this album is Yeah Yeah Yeah. Love Talk is of course so good. So is King of Hearts. Face to Face is good. The whole album is really good. And then along with that, I also have the sequel version of the album. I actually bought another copy of this to pull more cards just because it doesn't seem that the cards are being sold for good prices, so I just opted for, you know, buying another copy. So yeah, that'll be coming soon. But yeah, usually I'd be mad about something, well, I guess SM releasing something like this, but I actually kind of like it. So but like I said before, I actually do have WayV's new album on the way. It's their first full length, so I'm actually super excited about that. Yeah, I have ordered it, so it will be coming. So then next, of course, I have NCT 2018 Empathy. I'm thankful that this album exists because, let's see, yeah, the checklist is on the back. So many really good songs are on this, and you know, they put The Seventh Sense and Without You, both versions of it on here. You know, Dream in a Dream is on here, which I love all of those songs so much. And then you know, Boss, love Boss. Baby Don't Stop is great too. That's one song I'm still super grateful that I got to see live. It was really great being able to see Ten and Taeyong perform this song. And then Go is so good. Touch is really good too. It's one of my favorite NCT songs. Yesterday is actually really good. I don't listen to it very often, but like when I do listen to it, I get super into it and I'm like, dang, I should listen to this more, but then I kind of forget. But Timeless is really good too. When I saw 127 last year, they did this song and I actually like literally cried. There was a few tears running down my face. I love that song a lot. So this album, like I said, I'm really happy that it like just exists in general because it was kind of an interesting project and I wish that SM would do it again, something like this, because it's really fun to be able to see every single member of NCT interact and be together. So that was it for NCT. I'm actually going to show you my SuperM collection as well, just because I consider it a part of my NCT collection because I don't collect EXO or Shiny / Taemin things. So I mean it's a part of my NCT collection. So with that said, I do have a lot of versions of this album. So first of all, I have the like normal version. I have Taeyong's version. I have Pen's version, and I have Lucas and Mark's version. So there's 5 versions of the album. The reason I have 5 is because I initially only bought these 2. I ordered these 2 off Amazon, but day of release I actually went and picked these 2 up at Target. So I didn't want to get ones that I already had, so I bought these 3 at the store and then just waited for these to come in the mail. So at first I wasn't really considering keeping Mark and Lucas's covers, but especially now since I consider Lucas one of my biases, and also, I mean, I just have a lot of love for Mark, so, you know, why not keep all of the NCT members' covers? Also, for SuperM, I have Taeyong's picture disc. So next I'm gonna go through all of like the extra merch and stuff that I have. I mainly collect merch for like 127 because Taeyong is my main bias in NCT. Generally when things are released, you know how like the summer vacation kit was there was 3 different versions, of course, you know, for WayV, 127 and Dream. For like those things, I will prioritize 127, I will get WayV if I can, and I usually don't get Dream just because, you know, I have to kind of draw the line somewhere. I'm not able to buy literally everything. You know, if this stuff wasn't so expensive, I would, of course, buy Dream, but, you know, that's just not how it is. So, with that said, I'm gonna kind of go in a random order. I'm just gonna pick from my pile what's on top and go from there. So, the first thing I have is 127's selfie book. This is the first NCT's related selfie book, so I'm really happy to have it. I think 3 members are missing, so it's 6 out of the 9, and I love this. It's super cute. This is like these things are probably something I'll buy for like every single unit just because, you know, generally they're not expensive, so that's something I'll probably be able to keep up with. So yeah, this is really cute though. Hopefully they come out with more of these soon. This is actually something I don't hate because it's, you know, small, cute. A lot of their stuff is, you know, heavy boxes and stuff like that. This is the opposite, so it's something I'm not really mad that it exists. So then next I have 127's The Icon Dispatch magazine, and I of course have Taeyong's cover. So yeah, this is just a fun photo book, you know, behind the scenes stuff and all kinds of stuff. I don't know, it's just really fun, a lot of nice pictures. So yeah, these Dispatch magazines tend to be, I mean, pretty nice for the most part. So next I have 127 Season's Greetings for 2020. I really like the concept they went for with this. This is the only like NCT related Season's Greetings I got for the year. It was just far too expensive to get anybody else's, so I opted for this one. So next, it's a bit hard to see. Let's see if I can. So we got 127's and WayV's summer vacation kits. This is like the first kind of thing like this they did. So of course I wanted to get it. I had a really tough time choosing between which ones that I wanted, so I chose to get 127 because, like I said, I prioritized their stuff, and then I got WayV because this was like the first thing that they put out, I guess, prior to their first mini album, so I wanted to get this one because of that, and I think I ended up, you know, getting a pretty good price on both of these things, so it didn't hurt too much to get them. So next I have 127's Hello Soul photo book. So this is actually one of my favorite things. I really love this photo book. First of all, like, it comes with some photo cards. I never pop them out because I don't like that idea, but it's heavy, but it has some really big, really nice pictures in it, so yes, I love it. So then lastly, I could have maybe added this into like the albums portion of this, but I mean, it's different in a sense, but this is 127's Neo City Soul The Origin live CD. So I got this because I went to this tour, so I of course want to get it for that reason. Yeah, this was like the first thing that was really released. There was, you know, like the Japanese DVD, which was too expensive for me to get at the time, but I think I'm gonna end up getting it someday. But there was also like the Kino version of this as well, which I actually attempted to buy, but it did not work out. Yeah, I really like the photos in this. They're really nice. And of course, you know, like the live versions of the songs are really nice too. So, and actually Dream has one of these types of things coming out, and just depending on its availability, I might get it. So like, I mean, if it's around when I can afford it, I'll probably get it. As of right now, I don't plan to, just because I can't really afford it. So, but yeah, that was that. Okay, so lastly, I do also have NCT's Light Stick. I only have NCT's, I don't have WayV's. I also don't have batteries for this at the moment, but I was able to use this at NCT's concert when I saw them. Like I've already mentioned this in this video, but I didn't mention that I saw them in Chicago. Okay, so last part of this video will be my photocard binder. So this binder right here is, I have two groups in this binder, but it's mostly my NCT binder. As you can see here, I have some fan art on the cover. I do plan to decorate this more, but so on the cover I have this, and then inside I have this sticker, and this, they're all three from the same artist, and I will link the artist's Instagram in the description if you want to know who it is. I'll put the name right here, but they have some really nice art. Love it. Plan to buy more when I can afford it. With my collection, I collect 5 or 6 members. I think it's 6. As of right now, I do collect Taeyong, Yuta, Ten, Jano, Xiaojun, and Lucas. So yeah, that is 6. I kind of let myself do what I want with my NCT collection because I generally have a lot of fun collecting them, so I just kind of do whatever. So things are kind of different as we go through, I don't know. First up is my Taeyong collection, of course. So on this page I have Fire Truck through Regulate, and here I have Superhuman. This is from the Neo City live album. This is Neo Zone, so as of right now I'm just missing his T version. This is NNC, of course, and then this is the Kino version. This is also the Kino version of Superhuman, so the 2 versions of his cards from the final round will go here. And then here are non-album cards. So I did used to like integrate these into my album cards, but I decided to switch it up a little bit. First I just have, this is Taeyong's holo card from Empathy. Superhuman stickers and holo card from Card Holder, I think. I don't remember exactly what that's from. But this is Neo City The Origin merch. So this was like from the Card Holder. This was the film strip thing, I think. And this is from the holo sticker set thing. And then this is a Jenim sports card. And this is a pre-order card from With Drama for 127's Season's Greetings for this year. So that's all the extra cards I have for Taeyong. I let myself collect a little bit more stuff for Taeyong because he's my main bias. But yeah, as you can see, I don't have much just because he tends to be expensive and most of the stuff I can live without. So yeah. So then next we have my Taeyong collection for SuperM. So I just have his album cards here, both American and Korean versions, and then I have his tour cards here. So this is the first set, this is the second set. And then to kind of bridge the gap between my Taeyong and Yuta collection, I just have their Limitless cards here and then regular irregular postcards here. So there's Yuta on the back. So then next is obviously my Yuta collection, Fire Truck First, Cherry Bomb, Empathy. I have his Empathy Hollow, but I just stuck it with the album cards because I don't collect outside of album cards normally for Yuta. And then regular, irregular here, and Regulate. And then this is Superhuman. These are his Superhuman stickers. And then we have Neozone. I have his T version on the way, but these are his N and C versions. Then I actually pulled him in one of my final round copies, so that's fun. So I just need one card of his to finish that out. And then for Neozone, I decided to collect one card per member. That wasn't a bias of mine, so versions vary, but obviously Taeil, Johnny, Doyoung, Jaehyun still need Jungwoo, Mark, and then Haechan. So you can see how the versions differ here. I plan to get Jungwoo's C version, so it'll kind of be half and half. But then I plan to do the same thing for the final round. I plan to collect one card per member, so I'm working on that. But I also plan to collect everyone's postcards just because I love the concept so much, so as of right now I just have Mark, because I pulled double Mark. But I do have more on the way, so you'll be seeing those at some point. And then these are the cards that came with the D-Icon magazine. And here's some just extra stickers and stuff. Then here's my Jano collection. Like I said, I only collect album cards for him. So we have the first, We Young, We Go Up, Empathy, We Boom, and then I'm working on his, I just have one of his two, so yeah. And then here's just extra bigger stuff for Dream. And then here's my 10 collection. So I have his two cards for Empathy. This is a With Drama pre-order card for the summer vacation kit. And then I have his Take Off and Take Over the Moon cards. I just, of course, need his card from the sequel album. And then I have a SuperM stuff, album cards, tour cards. And then we have Lucas, which is a newer collection of mine. I've decided to start collecting him really recently, so I'm working on this, of course. So as of right now, I just have his sequel card because I pulled it, which is actually one of my favorite cards of his, so that's really fun. But I'm not worrying about this collection too much right now just because he's a little bit more expensive and I don't have the money for it, so we're taking this one slow. And then I do plan to collect his SuperM stuff, so as of right now, I just have his first set of tour cards. And then my last member that I collect is Xiaojun. So I just have his Take Off and Take Over the Moon cards. Of course, working on his sequel card. But I did pull his postcard from the sequel album, so that's fun. So this section, you may have noticed I don't have circle cards in any of my, member sections. And that is because I stopped collecting them. It's more of a recent decision. So I plan to keep the ones that I already have, at least for now. If I ever feel like I don't want them at all anymore, I will sell them. But this is what I have as of now, and my rule for this is that I only keep them if I pull them. So I pulled Jano's, so I'm keeping it. And moving forward, I will do that same thing. I've just kind of stopped caring so much about the circle cards, so I don't really do much with them. But down here I do have Mark's and the group card from the SuperM tour set just because I don't see a reason in selling them. So then moving on, I just have all of the bigger stuff for Taeyong and Yuta and all the rest of my biases and stuff that isn't directly album related, so it's kind of in a weird order, but we can just go through it. So I have Taeyong's Polaroids from The Seventh Sense, and then this is his film strip from The Origin. I've kind of stopped wanting to collect the film strips because they're a little bit expensive for what they are, so I don't really collect them anymore. But we have Taeyong's Polaroid from the Summer Vacation Kit merch, and then this is more stuff from Neo City The Origin. So it's his postcard and then the transparent thing that was, I think, random. Then, of course, D-Icon stickers on the back. These are more postcards. This is the one that came actually in the package itself. This one is the merch thing. So it was bought separate, of course. And then we have Season's Greetings stuff. And these are the postcards from Neozone, postcards from Let's Shut Up and Dance, both Taeyong and Yuta. And we move on to my Yuta stuff. So I collected more of Yuta's things before I biased Taeyong, so I have some stuff, not much though. So these are his fire truck postcards. I also have his Polaroids as well, and his 4x6. This stuff was easy to get back then, so I got it pretty easily. And then I have his Limitless 4x6. And you know, more postcards and stuff. This is all, well, this is from, of course, the set from the concert, but all of this stuff is just kind of inclusions. So I just kind of keep bias inclusions in here. Then we have some stickers. This is here to kind of bridge the gap between 127 and wavy stuff. So the only thing I have that's really wavy related is this 10 4x6 from the 7th Sense merch. I've had this for a long time. Yeah, I do plan to add more to this section eventually. I bought a lot of the Beyond Live merch, so we'll be seeing that. But yeah, these are just the film strips from Wavy's summer kit. And that is my entire photocard collection for NCT. So yeah, I'll end the video here, but that was everything for my NCT collection. I've been working on this collection for a long time, so I'm really proud of it. But yeah, collecting NCT has always been really fun for me. Hopefully it continues to be that way. I pray that collecting NCT never becomes super stressful for me. With that said, that was everything for this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.